Day 4. You ready to go for a walk? Yeah. Let's go for a walk. Come on. Oh, you ready? Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go for a walk. It's me, Mikey Pipes. 5:45 in the morning. Walking the dog. Right, Gigi? Gigi. Hey. Walking the dog? Yeah. Walking the dog. Day 4 of not having a cigarette. Got the patch on today. Do I feel better? No. Do I miss it? Yeah. Fuck yeah. But we'll see. We'll see. Time to quit. Time to quit. All right. Today is Tuesday, August 3rd, 2021. And we got a fun-filled day today. So stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss it. Beautiful sunset. Ain't that right, Cheech? Beautiful sunset. But before we get the day started, I just want to have a little rant about Look at this guy. See? Commercial vehicle, passenger plates. Commercial vehicle, passenger plates. You know he ain't paying business auto insurance, that's for sure. And I doubt he's even licensed. Just my 2 cents. Just my 2 cents. Thumbs up, subscribe, and let's get going. And real quick, a special thank you to Charles. Charles just sent me a nice donation for 2 hats and 2 shirts. That's going out today, priority mail. Threw in a bunch of stickers, some pens, and other Pipe Doctor paraphernalia. If you want any hats, shirts, or even free stickers, email me, Mike at mikeypipes.com. Okay, I'm back. It is 7:15 in the morning. You saw me wake up. You saw me walk my dog. And now you're seeing me drive with Daniel's son to our first service call. We're going to a YouTube subscriber's house. He's got a Raypak pool heater with RW switch open. Rollout switch open. Now, Daniel just asked me, how does it know, or what is a rollout switch? Let's start with that. You know what a rollout switch is?
It's a switch that'll go off. It'll open when the flame rolls out.
Correct. So a rollout switch on a boiler, water heater if there's one present, or even a pool heater, right? A rollout switch senses flame where it shouldn't be, all right? It's usually mounted inside the front cover, under the lid, behind the lid, the front door, and above the tubes that are on the bottom, right? And if flame were to roll out of the combustion chamber, this rollout switch, which is a thermo fuse, right, is gonna sense temperature and burn out. So it's not resettable, unlike like a spill switch, for example. A spill switch is generally found on the draft diverter on a boiler, for example, right? Or even on some furnaces, you have, those resettable rollout switches near the combustion chamber. Familiar with those?
No.
The little ones, they have like little buttons in them. So on furnaces, you'll generally see resettable rollout switches, right? And on boilers, you'll see fusible links. So on this Raypak pool heater, it's saying rollout switch open, and likely because flame is rolling out of the combustion chamber, and this is a vital safety. Listen, if flame is rolling out, it's going to start burning up the pool heater, or burning up the boiler, right? So did that answer your question?
Yes, so it's a fuse.
It's a fuse, correct. Okay. And it's wired in series to the safety circuit, generally. So on this pool heater, since it's saying rollout switch open, it's probably the only safety on the circuit. It's wired to a control board, and when it burns out, it tells you on the display, hey, rollout switch open. On a boiler, You know, the rollout switch is in line with the entire 24-volt ignition system. So you'll have a rollout switch, you'll have the spill switch, you may have a low water cutoff, you may have, and you have the transformer, you have your aquastat, right? And then you have the gas valve. So if one of those out, the gas valve is not gonna get 24 volts to open. All right, make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, here we are. It's a Raypak. Nice, beautiful pool. Look at that. Beautiful. Very, very nice. It's got a sheer descent wall right there. Good stuff. All right. Let's see what's going on with this bad boy. So before we turn on the power, let's take a peek inside. Let's see what we got. Let's take this, put this off to the side. So we have a lot of rust in here, indicative of a water leak, and it looks like flame rollout as well. No damage to any of the wiring. That's a good thing. Let's take our light and see what we see in there. We got a lot of rust in there, and that's why she's rolling out. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. We're gonna end up pulling this and taking a peek inside. I'll take out the, let's spin this out, because I want to be able to pull the whole tray out. I already disconnected the spark igniter, which went to there. So we took out 2 screws on this side, 2 on the other. This thing folds over, it's hinged, so we could disconnect that wire, and I just wrapped it around the gas valve. I took a picture of where the wires went before I disconnected them, and we'll put that off to the side here. Just out of the way. See, he's doing it the right way. He's actually holding back with the larger pipe wrench and using the smaller one to undo that. So we're going to disconnect the gas, and then we're going to remove the burner tray. So we pulled out the burner tray, and now let's turn on the pump, and let's see where it's leaking. Where are you? See, it's all corroded, so the flames are going to roll out instead of going up. I don't see anything dripping yet, though. Let's give that a minute or two. This whole side is getting more damp. Yep. So we need a new heat exchanger. See? It's dripping. Slowly.
Oh, yeah.
Slowly, but dripping. And if we look on the top, it's wet there. New heat exchanger or new pool heater? I don't know if it's gonna work, but we can try to rinse off the heat exchanger. And all that buildup, we may buy him some time. At this point, the heat exchanger is condemned. It is leaking, but we can buy him some time. This will be somewhat happy. All right, let's try to air dry this thing. See, look at it, pushing it all out. Good, very good, keep going. Excellent. Look at all that buildup. Came right off the heat exchanger. Gotta get as much water and other debris out of there as possible. And I don't know if it's gonna work, but let's see what happens. All right. Daniel is working on re-putting in the gas. And hopefully, yeah, and hopefully, you know, I could see down in certain parts of it, so that's good. You guys can't see it, but I see light down there. So hopefully, you know, we cleaned up the rollout condition. And as long as it's running safely, I have no problem with that, but we shall see. That's all the stuff that came out of it. We shall see. All right, so for testing purposes, just putting a fuse in there. I could have put a jumper there as well. Just trying to purge the air out.
So this is causing rollout because all of that is burning, all the rust?
Well, the rust is preventing, the rust and corrosion on the heat exchangers was preventing the flame from going up the heater and hence roll out. We have a lot of air there. You know, may have to purge the air. The thermocouple, by the way. It's a good wrench to have. It does this on one side, and it does the thermocouple on the other.
What size is, you don't know?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I have it in the big tool bag. It's a good wrench. I have flame. See it? It's not sensing flame. It's not sensing flame. Why you're not sensing flame? All right, we have ignition. All of that is burning off. That's normal. Everything's wet. I don't have any rollout right now, but I do have everything just burning up. All the water goes in there. It's just water vapor. I'm gonna let this sit for a bit, see what happens. I do not have any rollout as of now. I keep my hand here. I keep my hand there. I have no rollout right now. Look at that. No rollout whatsoever. Now, I did soap with the micro bubbles, the big blue, you know, the Navian hater. We tested the union, that connection, there and there. Those are the only ones that were interrupted, and we'll spray down the rest before we leave. But right now, she's just burning off all of the water. So far so good. That's just water vapor. And I do not have rollout present. There's my rollout switch, will be right there, and I can keep my hand there. We're good. Let's put a new rollout switch. We'll wait for this to die down, and again, I bought him some time, and as long as it's running safely, we're good.
The transformer?
On this, so the 240 volts that's coming into this is going to, correct, it's only powering the transformer, so which then everything else is 24 volts.
Why wire in 240?
What do you mean? That's what it's designed for. It's designed for 110 or 240. Anything run, and again, this is a moot point with this because there's no real circuitry involved here, but anything running at 240 volts as opposed to 110 or 120 is more efficient, technically speaking. And that's why in Europe everything is 240 volts, because things are more efficient there. Serious, it's facts. You guys, correct me if I'm wrong. You guys listening and watching, you master electricians out there. An appliance running at 240 volts is more efficient than 120. Like if you had this pool pump, instead of being 240 volts, it's 110 volts. I think it uses more amperage, more wattage, things like that. But they'll correct me in the comment section down below. Danielson, we totally missed this. When we were observing the conditions of the heater, but... So take a look, all right? This is, obviously looks deformed, but take a look at this. plastic has melted and has lost its shape.
Oh, was that because it was probably coming out of here since it wasn't going?
No, I think maybe just flame. But it doesn't look charred or anything, but it is deformed. It lost its shape. So in replacing this, we're gonna have to dig a little bit to replace that. So there's up to the replacement cost. We have to excavate down there, expose the 2-inch, and then repipe. Wow, I didn't even notice that. Totally missed that. Look at that. So Daniel, son, you still intimidated by pool heaters?
Well, this one
Seems pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's say this was a cast iron boiler that was carbonized. There are some guys out there, not me, but there are some guys out there who will do exactly what we just did. With water.
With water?
Yes. Nuts, right?
Yeah, that doesn't seem good.
No, it doesn't seem good, but it works. It does work. But you also have a mess. Let's say you have a carbonized boil, you have that soot, that carbon buildup all in the cast iron heat exchanger, and the cast iron heat exchanger in between each section, right? I like to take out the burners below, disconnect the gas, of course, take out the burner tray, disassemble the top of it, take the top cover off, take the top, hood that's inside here, take that off, and then with the soot vac and brushes, have you done? Yeah, you probably did that at your last company. You take brushes and you vacuum it down, and you suck all the carbon or the soot out of the boiler. And, never be 100%, but some guys say, just use water and, it'll work too. It's like, I don't know, maybe they live in a barn. But my customers usually live in Taj Mahals. But see, it's not that intimidating. Yeah. Right? Pretty straightforward. Again, he knows that he needs a new heat exchanger at a minimum, and he's leaning towards a pool. But that is nuts. That deformed. And that's probably the return. Yep, it is. See, there's the arrow supply, and this is the return. So for whatever reason, it was either getting too hot water or whatever, but nuts. This is a street. That's why this is different. This is a street 2-inch going to regular slip 2-inch. That's a 2-inch coupling, but that's got to come out. But it's safe now. I don't know what the future's going to bring with this, but we got a new roll out there. I can keep my hand there. So we're good for now. Let's lower the temperature. It's 75. Let's feel the water.
How important is the temperature difference?
By the end of the day, he'll be warmer. It's 400,000 BTUs. Yeah, that's nice and warm. And if I wanted to, we can get the... Matter of fact, let's get the Fluke. All right, and let's put the thermocouple on there, and let's see what the temperature is of the outlet. So I got my Fluke. This is the, what model is this, 905?
902.
902 FC. I just got this. It's nice. I like it. That's going to plug into there. You're going to turn that to the little thermometer. Mm-hmm. And let's see what our ambient temperature is. 71.5. Now, let's just test the water temperature.
Before the...
Yeah, not near the jet, but it's climbing. So the pool heater says it's 75, I think it said. It's off. It's 72.3. Now take it near the jet. You're gonna have to hold the end of it a little bit closer. A lot of force there.
Over 79.
Look at that, almost 80 degrees. Very nice. Very nice. Good stuff. 82. Oh, 82, look at that. 82.4. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, it's probably by the end of the day, it'll be, I'm guessing probably, it'll reach 87, 88 today. The flip running. I wish the steam would stop. But we don't know how many leaks this thing has. I know it has at least one, and I did soak this thing pretty intensely. But we don't have rollout, so I'm kind of happy with that. Let me get your thoughts and feedback down in the comment section down below. What would you do Again, he knows he needs a heat exchanger at a minimum. He's leaning towards a new pool heater. And again, it's August 3rd already. He's got another month left, maybe a month and a half. We'll see. We'll see what he wants to do. But with the new rollout switch in place, I do not have a flame rollout condition now after washing the heat exchanger. So let me get your thoughts and feedback, what you guys would do. And also, you electricians out there, I would like to know the facts on why an appliance running at 240 volts technically is more efficient than 110 volt or 120 volt appliance. All right. If you enjoyed this, thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. And remember, if you want free Mikey Pipes stickers, email me, Mike at mikeypipes.com. We also have hats and t-shirts available. What RPM are you running the pump at right now?
At this moment, 2,000 RPM.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Let's test the water temperature again on the outlet.
Okay.
I bet you with the lower temperature, it's heating the water at a higher temperature and then deforming the piping there. And if the pipe is deformed there, God knows where else the piping is deformed. That's my guess. Because if we had heat coming from here, right? Yeah. I think we would see like some melting marks on this. And I don't see that. I don't see that present. I think that at a lower RPM, it's the temperature, discharge temperature of the heater is causing that. That's my gut feeling.
Too hot.
It's getting too hot, low flow. And I think if we looked at the manual, we would see how many RPMs at minimum is needed. And they probably recommend 3450.
Why is that a comment?
Top end of the scale, though.
Yeah, but I think you need the speed. Otherwise, it overheats. And that may be a contributing factor for the premature failure of the heat exchanger. Maybe. Look at that. Now we're at 88.5 degrees and climbing. 88.5. And we were at what? 82.
Mm-hmm.
So 6 degrees hotter. Again, it really shouldn't make a difference, but just my observation.